There's a store near you where every price tag is an experiment, and you are the subject. You have been enrolled for years. You never signed anything. The average American supermarket carries about 31,000 products. Not one of them is where it is by accident. So today, the pricing tricks, the floor plan, the music, and the shrink ray, the whole lab notebook. This is a Delulu file. Let's open it. But first, meet the $5 rotisserie chicken. It looks innocent. Remember its face. It is secretly the most important scientist in the building, and we will come back to it. The experiment starts at the front door. The first thing you see is produce. Wet, shiny, misted like it's backstage at a fashion show. That is not for the vegetables. It is for you. A store that opens with fresh green things feels honest, and a shopper who feels good says yes more. The industry calls it the halo. Now notice what is missing. Windows, clocks, the two cheapest renovations that no store has ever done. Add the slow music and the one-way layout, and you have the floor plan of a casino. That is not a coincidence. Time is the enemy of budgets. The music deserves its own file. In 1982, a marketing professor named Ronald Milliman slowed down the background music in a supermarket, and sales went up 38%. Slow songs make slow shoppers, and slow shoppers make full carts. Speaking of carts, yours got bigger. That was a decision, and it was made by someone with a clipboard. Consumer researcher Martin Lindstrom ran the test. Double the size of the cart, and people buy roughly 40% more. An empty cart feels like a question you haven't finished answering. Now the map, the milk, the single most purchased item in the building, is in the farthest possible corner. Ask yourself why. Because to reach it, you walk past everything else. Twice, once in, once out. The milk is not hiding, the milk is bait. Shelves have rent, eye level is the penthouse, and brands pay real money to live there. Kids' cereal sits at kids' eye level. That is not whimsy, that is a mortgage. And the cheap stuff lives in the attic and the basement, top corner, ankle height. The bargains are exactly where nobody looks. Those big displays at the end of every aisle feel like deals. Usually they are just advertisements you can walk into. That placement is sold to the brand, not discounted for you. And then there are the numbers themselves. This is where the real science happens, so put your goggles on. Two professors, Anderson and Simster, convinced a clothing catalog to run an experiment on one dress. At $34, it sold 16 units. Then they raised the price to $39, $5 more. It sold 21, the same dress, a third more sales at a higher price. At 44, it fell back to 17. The magic was never the amount, it was the 9 on the end. The number 9 is not a price, it is a spell. Next instrument, the decoy, the most elegant trick in the file. The Economist magazine once offered 3 subscriptions, web only $59. Print only $125. And print plus web also $125. Who would ever pick print only? Nobody. Literally 0% of people. That is the point. With that useless middle option on the menu, 84% of MIT students chose the expensive bundle. Remove it and only 32% did. The option nobody chooses is not a mistake. It is there to choose for you. You will also meet the sign that says 10 for $10. You can buy one. It is still $1. They print the 10 because your brain drops anchor on it, and anchors are heavy. Meanwhile, the products themselves are shrinking. Same box, same price, fewer grams. The industry calls it downsizing. Everyone else calls it shrinkflation. The scale of it, from recent consumer price tracking, 60% of paper products have been quietly downsized. 44% of breakfast foods, 38% of candy. And per ounce, coffee drinkers are paying up to 32% more without the price tag ever changing. The box lies. The unit price doesn't. It's the tiny number on the shelf tag, and it is the only honest sentence in the store. Finally, the exit. You wait in line next to a wall of candy and gossip because the checkout is the last experiment. You are tired. You have made 300 decisions. Your defenses are spent, and the candy knows it. And the loyalty card that saves you $2. You are paying with the data. Every experiment needs its measurements, and you scan yourself into the notebook on the way out. Oh, and the chicken. The $5 rotisserie chicken has cost about $5 for over 15 years because it is not a product. It is a loss leader. The store loses money on it, parks it against the back wall, and lets the smell walk you past a few hundred experiments to reach it. The most honest price in the building was bait the whole time. Case closed. So can you beat the lab? Mostly, yes. Bring a list. It is armor. Never shop hungry. Hunger is a coupon, and the store gets to cash it. Look up and down, not straight ahead. The penthouse shelf is the expensive one. And trust only the unit price. It is the one number in the building nobody bothered to dress up. The store is not evil. It is just very, very prepared, and until today you weren't. The file stays open. Check your receipts. This has been a Delulu File. There is a new one every day. Subscribe before we get moved to eye level.